Lawmakers in California have upheld the rights for pedophiles to legally marry children as young as 10 years old, in a sick and twisted ruling. Girls as young as 10 are among over 200,000 children who were allowed to legally wed adults in the last 15 years, according to shocking new data uncovered by a Bay Area legislator. A Bay Area legislator was shocked when he learned from a young constituent that while Californians cannot legally consent to sex until they are 18, they can, with the permission of a parent and a judge's order, get married at any age, even if their spouse is many years older. "I thought, that can't be true in California," said State Senator Jerry Hill, a Democrat from San Mateo. "We found that it is true in California and true in many states throughout the country." But Hill's resulting proposal to bar juveniles from getting hitched has been watered down after it prompted strong objections from civil rights groups, including the American Civil Liberties Union. DCClothesline.com reports. As the emotional fight unfolds in Sacramento, there's no agreement even about a basic piece of information: how many minors get married each year in California. People who want to limit such marriages say the total is in the thousands, while those who oppose the bill say that's vastly inflated. The state doesn't keep such numbers, and even efforts to change that are running into resistance. Within the past year, elected officials in several states have pushed to restrict juvenile marriage, with a law passed last month limiting matrimony by minors in New York to 16 and 17-year-olds who have become legal adults emancipated from their parents, and one in Texas holding the line at age 17 with a judge's permission. Hill wanted California to set a strict line at age 18, but the effort encountered swift opposition from fellow legislators, as well as groups that include the ACLU and Planned Parenthood. While SB 273 is still alive and moving through legislative committees, amendments have removed any age restriction. The measure in its current form increases family court oversight to ensure that a minor's marriage isn't coerced, including a requirement that judges interview individuals privately. "It's a compromise," Hill said, "but still a positive step. It's our responsibility to protect those kids," he said. Among those disappointed by the result of the compromise is Sarah Tosnim of El Sobrante, who said the amended bill won't help children and will only make elected officials feel like they did something. Tosnim was 15 when her father, who belonged to a cult in Southern California, introduced her to a man 13 years her senior. She was forced to marry the 28-year-old in a religious ceremony that evening. 6 months later, at 16, she was pregnant and legally married in a civil ceremony in Reno. "A person who marries a 15-year-old, there's obviously something wrong," said Tosnim, now 36. "Putting that label of husband and wife makes something disgusting and not okay seem normal and okay." As a teenager, Tosnim dreamed of becoming a lawyer. Instead, she became a mother, with 2 children by age 19. She would ultimately defy her husband and return to school, and later file for divorce. "Once you leave your childhood, there's no going back to it," said Tosnim, now a business student at Golden Gate University in San Francisco. "All those opportunities and freedom of being a child are gone." Activists aiming to stop such marriages say they occur across demographic groups, spurred by religious reasons, cultural norms, pregnancy, financial incentives or, in some cases, to protect someone from statutory rape accusations because marriage circumvents the age of consent requirement. Nationally, about 5 of every 1,000 children ages 15 to 17 were married as of 2014, according to U.S. Census data analyzed by the Pew Research Center. Figures that don't specify where the marriages occurred. Activists for age restrictions estimate that California sees about 3,000 marriages per year that include a minor. The ACLU and other opponents say that estimate is inflated, noting that just 44 petitions for juvenile marriage were filed in Los Angeles County, which has a population just above 10 million over the past 5 years. The focus of efforts should be on abusive and coerced relationships, regardless of marital status, said Phil Burlingame of the ACLU's Northern California chapter.